What is going on, you guys? It's your girl Diana, back at you with another YouTube video. This morning we had a huge Pokemon Presents, and they went over a ton of information across multiple categories for the Pokemon franchise as a whole. But two of the most exciting things that I was waiting for were also announced, and that has to do with our next Tera raid event, as well as the DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So today, we're gonna talk about it. So if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe so that you're always up to date with the latest Pokemon news, and give this video a thumbs up so we can push it out into the YouTube algorithm so that more Pokemon fans can see it. And if you would like another way to support the channel, please feel free to check out the merch store. There is a link down below in the description that takes you to not only my merch store, but also all of my other socials so you can keep up with what I'm doing on a daily basis. But let's go ahead and hop into the latest Pokemon Scarlet and Violet news. So like I mentioned, we actually had a ton of information released during this Pokemon Presents, from a DLC to new Paradox Pokemon in Tera raid battles to connecting Pokemon Scarlet and Violet to Pokemon Go. But today I wanted to focus on the Tera raid battle event and the DLC because I'm biased, and those are the two things that I was most excited for that were announced. So starting off with our next Tera raid event, take on Walking Wake and Iron Leaves in a Tera raid battle event. In this Tera raid battle event, you will be able to challenge Walking Wake in Pokemon Scarlet and Iron Leaves in Pokemon Violet, which of course are our Paradox Legendaries. So we have Paradox Suicune and Paradox Virizion, which Paradox Suicune is adorable. I have already caught one. I literally caught it the second the raids went live. It looks like a little Velociraptor Suicune. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen, and I will take no other comments, concerns, or opinions. It's cute. Leave it alone. Do not come for my boy. Paradox Virizion also looks really cool. I like how sleek it looks, and I think it looks really nice in the Iron Robot theme. Walking Wake will have Water as its Tera type, and Iron Leaves will have Psychic as its Tera type in this event. This is your chance to challenge mysterious Pokemon you couldn't meet before. And listen, I'm not trying to say I told you so, but I did make a video saying that these were gonna be in Tera raid battles coming soon, and that they were probably gonna announce them on Pokemon Day. But I'm not saying I told you so. I wouldn't do that to you guys, but I told you so. These Tera raid battles will run from today, Monday, February 23rd at 7 a.m. to Sunday, March 12th, 2023 at 4:59 p.m. PST. And no, only one Walking Wake and one Iron Leaves can be caught per save file from this event. So it's like any other 7-star event. However, these are not 7-star raids. These are actually 5-star raids, so they're a lot easier than 7-star raids. But much like the 7-star raids, after you catch either or, you will still be able to participate in the raid battles and farm them and get the rewards from them. And it looks like they will be coming back in future events. They are also version exclusives, of course. Iron Leaves is going to be a Violet exclusive, and Walking Wake will be a Scarlet exclusive. However, you are able to raid for the opposite Pokemon if you do have an online account. And like I said, these are going to be 5-star raids, so they're not going to be as difficult as 7-star raids. Honestly, I was a little bit concerned because I did think that these were going to be 7-star raids, and I was like, hello, you couldn't have given me just like a little bit of notice before so I could plan a Pokemon to use to bring to these raids? Walking Wake is a Water and Dragon type, and the moves that it has are Hydro Steam, Dragon Pulse, Noble Roar, and Flamethrower. And Iron Leaves is a Grass Psychic type. And I tried to bring a Scizor to this thing thinking I would be good. No, it has Mega Horn, so we literally got wrecked. But it also has Psyblade, Leaf Blade, and Sword Stance. They do also have 4 IVs. I mean, you can't breed Paradox Pokemon, but at least they have 4 out of 6 IVs. But they honestly look so cool. Just look at this thing. It's huge. Oh, poor Spoink. Spoink did not deserve that, but they look so cool. All right, get back in your ball. You're literally destroying poor Spoinks. Here, let's give your sibling some time to shine. Oh, you're kind of little. I didn't expect it to be this small either. Okay, that's cute. Oh, look at how cute. It's a little deer just running around. Oh, I love these. I love these so much. These are some of the best looking Paradox Pokemon that we've gotten. Okay, but moving on. Now that I'm done obsessing over these adorable Paradox Pokemon, let's go ahead and hop into the DLC. So DLC is coming. The Hidden Treasure of Area 0 for Pokemon Scarlet or Pokemon Violet. The Hidden Treasure of Area 0 for Pokemon Scarlet or Pokemon Violet is coming. You'll be able to adventure for even longer and delve even deeper into the world of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet with this DLC. Included in the Hidden Treasure of Area 0 is the new uniform set made up of new apparel items that you can use immediately in your Pokemon Scarlet and Violet game, and 2 expansions, Part 1, the Teal Mask, and Part 2, the Indigo Mask. While this tale is split in 2 parts, they link together to tell a connected story. So we will be getting 2 separate DLCs, just like in Sword and Shield. However, Sword and Shield had like separate stories, since we had the Crown Tundra with the Calyrex storyline, and then we had the Isle of Armor with like the Urshifu one. But this one looks like they're going to be connected, so they're going to be the same storyline, which I think is kind of clever. But I also don't like that they're making us wait for 2 separate dates. I mean, come on, give me all of the information right now. I'm impatient. But we are getting a new uniform set, which, I mean, to be completely honest, I'm not the biggest fan because it's still not good. What is this? Why? Why can't we just wear whatever we want, like in Sword and Shield? But sure, it's available as of today. You can wear these lovely patterned shorts or a fully patterned suit. Sure. But part 1, the teal mask, will be released in fall of 2023, so in a couple of months, and the indigo disc is planned to release winter of 2023. So we do have to wait quite a bit to get either one of them, but let's continue to read on. In this story, you'll be leaving the Paldea region, the setting of your adventures in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. In part 1, the teal mask, a school trip will take you to the land of Kitakami. I think that's how that's pronounced, where you'll be joining an outdoors study opportunity held jointly between your academy and another school. In part 2, the Indigo Disc, you'll be traveling to Blueberry Academy, a sister school of your own academy, as an exchange student. Get ready to meet new Pokemon and people beyond the borders of the Paldea region. Which I kind of love that. So we're not going to be in Paldea for the DLC like at all, which kind of goes along with the same theme as the anime, because in the anime that we're supposed to be getting in a couple of weeks, it's supposed to take place across the world as well, because they're not going to be staying in Paldea either. They're going to be traveling all over the place. So I like that they're kind of tying the two together. You'll be able to use your current save data from Pokemon Scarlet and or Violet to continue your adventure in the Hidden Treasures of Area Zero Part 1. The teal mask is slated for release in fall of 2023, and the Indigo Disc is planned to be released in winter of 2023. Sales for the Hidden Treasures of Area Zero will kick off on Monday, February 27th, 2023. Note, in order to begin the main story of Part 1, the Teal Mask, you will need to have begun your treasure hunt in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The start of the treasure hunt occurs after about 3 hours of gameplay, though individual gameplay time may vary. In order to begin the main storyline for Part 2, the Indigo Disc, you will need to have reached the ending of your Pokemon Scarlet or Pokemon Violet game, so you are going to have to progress through Scarlet and Violet in order to participate in the DLC. But the DLC is available to pre-order right now. If you update your game, you'll get a little icon that says downloadable content, and you can just click on that, and it will allow you to pre-order the DLCs, which it looks like they actually have a separate article on how to purchase these. So it says there are 2 different versions of the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero. These are Pokemon Scarlet, the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero, and Pokemon Violet, the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero. The version you will need will vary depending on whether you have Pokemon Scarlet or Violet. Players of Pokemon Scarlet should purchase Pokemon Scarlet, Hidden Treasure of Area Zero. Those who have Pokemon Violet should purchase Pokemon Violet, the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero. If you do not get the version that matches your game, you won't be able to use the DLC, so please be sure to purchase the correct version. So these are technically going to be version exclusive DLCs. You do have to correspond your DLC to your game, because I'm sure it has to do with the Paradox Pokemon that are included in each of the DLCs. Obviously, if you have Scarlet, you're not going to be able to play the Violet DLC and get Violet Paradox Pokemon or Violet exclusives, so just keep that in mind, and make sure that you pick the correct DLC so that you are able to participate in the DLC. And then this is a little icon that I was talking about here. It says downloadable content, so you can go ahead and click on there and it'll take you to where you can purchase it. And it looks like we will also be getting a pre-order bonus for the DLC as well. And here's just a couple more pictures of our new uniforms. This is what the Violet exclusive uniforms look like, and these are the Scarlet ones. Yes, and we have information on our pre-order bonus. So if you purchase the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, you will be able to get a Hisuian Zoroark that knows an unusual move in your Pokemon Scarlet and Violet game. Make your purchase by Tuesday, October 31st, and you'll be given a serial code for this special gift. So it looks like this Hisuian Zoroark will have the Dark Tera type, which is cool, and it says serial code distribution period will be until Tuesday, October 31st, and serial code validity period will be until Thursday, February 29th, 2024. But let's go ahead and learn a little bit more about our pre-order bonus. So this Hisuian Zoroark will know the move Happy Hour, which it cannot learn through normal gameplay, along with Tera Blast, Bitter Malice, and Nasty Plot. It will have a Dark Tera type, which we could tell from the pictures that we saw, and have the Charismatic Mark. And supposedly we will be able to get it in a different way in the future, so I'm sure it'll probably come to like Tera Raids or something. But that's pretty cool. I feel like this is actually going to be a very useful Pokemon in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It looks like we will also be getting a couple of new characters in the DLC as well, and a couple of new outfit choices, in addition to the ones we already have access to. So it says in Part 1, the teal mask, you'll put on a traditional Jinbei. I am probably mispronouncing that, so I'm so sorry, but you'll put the outfit on and take part in the festival that's held annually in the village. And in Part 2, the Indigo Disc, You'll don the uniform of Blueberry Academy as an exchange student and get a taste of student life at a new school. So this is the outfit in part 1, which is very like Legends Arceus-esque. Like it feels like the same kind of vibe. And then in part 2, you'll get this nice futuristic look. And from the trailer that they showed of the DLC, this school, I think is gonna be like very technologically savvy because it's literally underwater. It's like an Atlantis. So it makes sense as to why they look like freaking space cadets over here. But new characters you'll meet. So as your adventures unfold, you will meet a variety of characters. Let's meet Kieran and Carmine, a brother and sister who appear in both part 1, the Teal Mask, and part 2, the Indigo Disc. These two call Kitakami home, and they attend Blueberry Academy as students. Carmine, the elder sister of the pair, is strong-willed and can be a little selfish, but she always looks out for her little brother, even if she isn't the best at showing it. Word is that she can be chilly towards people from other regions. Her little brother Kieran has a quiet, gentle nature, and he often hides behind his big sister. It seems he's curious about you though when you arrive from the Paldea region. So it looks like we are gonna have 2 new rivals, and this girl has a really cool design. I love her design. She looks so cool. What? But she's clearly gonna be saucy towards us because we're from Paldea and we're traveling to a new region to go to Blueberry Academy. Her little brother looks pretty cool too, but I really like her design. And then we also have a little bit of info on the 2 new regions, I guess you can call them, that we'll be going to, since they're technically neither of them are part of Paldea. So in part 1, the Teal Mask, you will be chosen as one of the students to take part in a school trip that is held each year in collaboration with another school. It will take you to the land of Kitakami. A great mountain towers over the land of Kitakami and the people live at its base. It is a place of tranquil natural expanses featuring rice paddies and apple orchards, a new and different experience compared to the region of Paldea. Your trip seems to coincide with a festival regularly held in the village of Kitakami during this season. So the village is bustling with various street vendors and stalls, which means we're gonna have a ton of different things to explore in the city probably. You'll meet new friends and Pokemon as you unravel the mysteries behind the folk tales that have been passed down in this land. I like this. I feel like this is going to be a very lore-heavy DLC, and I kind of love that, especially because I really like the lore surrounding Area 0. I feel like that was like the best part of the story in the main game. So hopefully this is connected to that and it expands on it. Studying abroad at Blueberry Academy, where Pokemon battling flourishes. In part 2, the Indigo Disc, you will travel to your academy's sister school, the Blueberry Academy, as an exchange student. Unlike your academy with its long and storied history, Blueberry Academy is a school that was established in recent years, and its curriculum puts a particular emphasis on Pokemon battling. Most surprising of all is the fact that most of the school's building is located under the ocean. You will take part in classes, interact with the local students, and experience school life in this unusual academy. Dang, okay, so I was right. It's a very like futuristic and tech-savvy school because it was just built. It's not like an old-timey school like the one that we go to in our game. This is honestly gonna be so hyped up for this DLC. It looks like it's gonna be so good, especially because they keep emphasizing that this school in particular is big into battles. So maybe because this school is centered around battling, the battles are gonna be a little tougher, or maybe we'll have like a battle tower situation since we didn't have one of those yet. And the last bit of information that we have on the DLC is introducing the legendary Pokemon you'll meet. So we're getting 2 new legendaries introduced in the DLC. So it's time to introduce the legendary Pokemon that will be appearing in the hidden treasure of Area 0. In part 1, the Teal Mask, you will encounter Ogerpon. Is that how that's said? I don't know. Which dons a fearsome mask. In part 2, the Indigo Disc, Terapagos will appear, resplendent in its glittering aura. I know I pronounced that one right because it's supposed to be a play on the word Galapagos, the Galapagos Islands. I think it's adorable. This is so cute. This is a legendary. I love this. I don't really know how to feel about it, but I think it looks kind of cool. But I'm gonna say that the turtle is my favorite one. And I think it's cool that the turtle has all of the different Tera types on its back. But this is definitely one of the cutest legendaries that I've seen in a long time. All right, what is this part? So the heroes of Kitakami, Okidogi, Monkidori, and Pheasantipity. Those are names, okay. In part 1, the Teal Mask, 3 Pokemon named Okidogi, I'm assuming this one that looks like a dog, Monkidori, assuming this one that looks like a monkey, and Pheasantipity, what is this? Yes, a pheasant. Okay, so appear. They are beloved by the people of the village as heroes that protected the land of Kitakami, and stone statues were made in their likeness to express the people's gratitude towards these 3 Pokemon. So these are the 3 Pokemon that are going to be introduced in the DLC. I don't really like these designs. Maybe they're cool for some people, but I'm gonna go with no, I don't like those. I like the Legendaries though. But we are of course going to be seeing the return of some of our old favorites in the DLC as well, so your chance to encounter familiar Pokemon that didn't appear in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. In Part 1, the Teal Mask, and in Part 2, the Indigo Disc, you will be able to encounter over 230 familiar Pokemon that have been found living in other regions, but which had not appeared in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. That's a lot of Pokemon. Okay, so they're adding 230 old Pokemon back in. As for which Pokemon will appear in Part 1, the Teal Mask, and Part 2, the Indigo Disc, please look forward to finding out in your game. Not them keeping secrets from us, hello? Note the number above includes Pokemon that you will be able to bring to your game via Pokemon Home or receive in trades. Oh no! Aw, dang. Okay, that's a little bit disappointing then. So it's not gonna be all Pokemon that you can catch in the wild. Some of them are gonna be like transfer only Pokemon, which is a little disappointing, but it looks like we're gonna be seeing a ton of fan favorites come back. Me personally, I'm most excited for Milotic to be coming back, Ninetales, and Metagross. I hope that Alolan Ninetales is gonna be coming back. That's gonna be a big one for me, but I like to know that Milotic's coming back. But that about wraps up all of the information that we have on our Tera Raid Battle event, as well as our upcoming DLCs. That was definitely a ton of information. And that's not even all of it. We still have more information to cover, but those will be covered in separate videos, because clearly this video is already going to be aggressively long. But honestly, I'm really excited for this DLC. It looks like it's gonna be so much fun, and I love all of the new Pokemon, and I really like these new Legendaries, especially the turtle, like I said. It's adorable. But let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on the DLC, as well as the Tera Raid Battle event down below in the comments. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and thank you to each and every single one of you who have joined the channel as members. I appreciate you all so much. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.